Hi there friends, it's Sarah from Ruffles and Rain Boots here with a beginner Cricut craft. We're making a jar with a cute little cutout and cookies. I'm going to be sharing mason jar painting tips. If you'd like to make it, stick around. If you are sticking around, hit that like button so I know you're here crafting with me. We're going to use a mason jar, sponge brush, removable vinyl, and acrylic paint. We're also going to need a 2-inch pom pom. To get started, we're just going to cut out any shape you'd like, a chicken, a duck, any Easter shape, Christmas shape, whatever, in removable vinyl. And then we're going to adhere that to the front of our mason jar. One thing, I did put mine right smack dab over that brand name, which will mean that I will have some cleanup to do. No matter how hard I press, no matter what I use ahead of time, it's just going to require a little cleanup. And that's okay because it's really quick. It's acrylic on glass. So once you have that adhered, you're just going to use a brush and apply your paint. Now I will be giving you a couple of extra tips, but here's tip number 0. Don't do like me and get it all over the lip. So we want that to remain clear. So I am going to have to clean that up a little bit later so that we don't have flaking when we're painting or when we're putting on the lid. So tip number 1 is don't use spray paint for these. If you're putting food in here, that spray paint smell never really goes away. And that's just kind of funky. Don't use spray paint where food is going to be. All right, so tip number 2, clean all your mason jars with rubbing alcohol first, especially if you're reusing jars. I love reusing jars from my kitchen. Tip number 3, use a sponge brush. I know it doesn't look like it right now, but it does adhere a lot better without strokes than a traditional paintbrush with hairs. All right, so once I've completed the first coat on my blue, I'm just going to repeat this for a pale pink. Now you will be able to get the recipe and the printable card. It's like a little tag below. I have tons of different jar cookie recipes on my website, Ruffles and Rain Boots. So if you're not making Easter cookies or sugar cookies, do go over there and check all those different recipes out. Most of them do come with printable cards, so you're pretty much halfway done. Tip number 4 is you can distress any mason jar with a little bit of sandpaper and it looks super cool. If you want, just rub a single, small grain grit sandpaper over any part that's raised. It could be brand names or measurements. And number 5, if you are adding glitter in any way, shape, or form, for the love of everything, add a sealant. No one wants glitter near their food products. All right, so once those are dry, I added a second coat, and you can see here when I'm peeling off the removable vinyl, it's really easy, but I did make a really big mistake right there, and I pulled into the paint instead of away from the paint. So it's really easy to clean up if you got paint underneath your stencil, and it's really easy to touch up if you, like me, up there on the ear, took a little paint off. So before I do that though, I'm going to add on a 2-inch pom pom with hot glue, and then I'm going to do the other jar before I do my cleanup. All right, I'm going to do my cleanup off camera, and then this entire recipe and the printable tag is down below. But basically we're just using 2 cups of flour, and I'm splitting out everything. And the reason is I want a layered look. So I'm using decorative Easter sprinkles, adding flour and sugar, and going between there's baking soda, salt, everything is already mixed in, and these are the exact measurements I need measured out in these bowls already. So I just layered everything until I got the look I wanted. Now for the sprinkles, you can add them in like I did, and then you can also add a big extra bit at the top because these are sugar cookies. All right, so we add in our lid, attach a printable, and you're done. What do you think of this really quick craft? Get the recipe and the printable tag below. Thanks so much for being here. Like and subscribe for more crafty fun.